Thanks for being here with us for STL TV Live. If you're a woman considering a divorce or in the early stages of the divorce process, MU Extension's Consumer Economic Specialist Suzanne Gellman is here to help. So Suzanne, I know next week you've got a special seminar open to the public, specifically for women who are thinking about or in the early stages of divorce.
Yes.
And we're going to talk more about that seminar in a few minutes, but let's go back and talk about women and what are some of the financial considerations when a woman is thinking about divorce?
Well, one is issues that she needs to put herself, do to put herself in the best possible position. And the other is just to, realize what types of potential vulnerabilities she's facing following a divorce, and just to be as prepared as possible to weather the process, to think about how she's going to handle it financially following the divorce, and what she can do to put herself in the best possible position before it goes too far along.
So the time to be thinking about this is when a woman is first thinking about, maybe I should get divorced, or I am going to get divorced before the divorce has happened. Is that right?
Well, from what I understand, women think about divorce often years before they actually do something about it. And so absolutely, if they're even thinking about it, I tell women, regardless of whether they're thinking about getting divorced or happily married, every woman should have her own finances in place. She should have a credit card in her name alone. She should have a bank account in her name alone. It's not that you're planning on anything ever happening, but men too, frankly. Everyone should have accounts in their own name that they don't, that has their own money, that if they want to buy a gift, if they, they don't have to fight over that money, they don't have to be accountable over that particular nest egg. But in addition, it's sort of like their own personal emergency fund, so that, that they have control over. And so no one else can go in and close that bank account. No one else can go in and use or close that credit card. I mean, without, them knowing, and it shouldn't be happening. But in general, it's things financial pieces that they control, and also, potentially help build their credit.
So in financial planning and budget issues are really a foundation of marriages, and it's a big discussion point. And so what you're saying is, whether your marriage is good or not, and let's assume all marriages or most marriages are good, it's still good to just not have that on the table. Let's not have that as a point of contention by just establishing good budget practices from the beginning. Well,
right, but also having, both partners having money in your name that you have control over, that you don't have to report about. Mm-hmm. Not that they wouldn't know you have it. I don't mean hide it. I'm not talking about hiding money. I'm just saying that everyone should have money that's in their own name, that they have access to, that they can use to buy gifts or spend as they wish.
Right, without having to account for every penny.
Exactly.
So in dealing with women over the years and in educating women about finances, do you find that in most marriages women have already established this, or is it still a new idea for women?
I find that even if women may have had it when they got married, that a lot of times it just disappears. And so, I can't tell you the countless women I've had conversations with who are working, who, they're not, they're all different age groups, that they sort of just get rid of all the stuff they had in their own names and merge everything together. And so it's hard to disentangle. So just as an example, there was a young woman years ago, she's got a master's degree, but she has 2 young children, moved here and had no credit card in her own name, no bank account in her own name, and her husband decided he didn't want to be married anymore. And she had no, there were some issues. She wanted to get out. She had no money in her own name, no credit card in her own name. How's she going to hire a lawyer? How's she, if there were safety issues, how does she get out?
Right. This is a woman, a well-educated woman. So obviously there's a need for more discussion about divorce and financial planning. We're going to take a quick break, Suzanne. We're going to come back. We're going to talk more about that and about the seminar next week. So we'll be back with more from Suzanne Gellman in just a few minutes, so don't go away.